We got a new trend started on Friday Night Smackdown this week. Everybody is now officially a dancer for WWE. This is things you might have missed. And before we get started, make sure you've hit the like button. And if you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button too. I mean, there really was a lot of dancing tonight on Friday Night Smackdown. But Smackdown did start off with the undisputed tag team champions, the Usos, with kind of a babyface sort of promo, talking about being in WWE for 12 years. Of course, it swerved back to then say they didn't need anyone. They just needed each other the entire time. Turn and back heel. It didn't really go well. The fans knew exactly what it was going to be. And then we got Shinsuke Nakamura came down with a tag team partner, Riddle. Oh boy, I love this pairing. The brawl kicked off, and of course, we then had Nakamura and Riddle standing tall. And you gotta believe, this is the tag team match for Hell in a Cell. It's got to be. There's no if, buts, or maybes. I think this is one of the final matches to be added. We are going to get the tag match, which will be a contenders match on Raw. I assume Riddle and Nakamura will win, setting up a match for the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view. It's just WWE logic, right? Drew McIntyre is back. The Scottish Warrior returned to SmackDown to team with the New Day. I love the fact Pat McAfee referenced Big D. And of course, the six-man tag was the main event. Do you know what? Really fun, good main event. I actually really enjoyed it. I really love the fact that after Drew McIntyre hit a Claymore, he went to the corner, tagged in Xavier Woods, and Xavier Woods with the elbow was the one to get the 3 count for. Because this isn't Drew McIntyre's feud. It was the New Day's feud. Makes sense they get the pin. A lot of people online actually thought it was going to be Tyler Breeze. He recently returned to Up, Up, Down, Down. I can see why people thought it would be Breeze. I thought it'd be pretty cool if it would be. He's been trending on and off all day, so that would have been massive for him. Like, people are obviously excited and hoping to see him back, so maybe WWE listen. If you haven't seen these yet, these are really cool. These are autograph, limited edition WrestleMania victory frames. Look at that. You get the still images from the match, you get the autographs. Really, really neat. They're on WWE Shop now. Unlike Sasha and Naomi merch, which obviously got removed after their indefinite suspension, details came out just yesterday that both Sasha and Naomi are not getting paid during this suspension. WWE taking that line, that breach of contract to the extreme levels here. And I don't blame them. But my God, this sucks for both Sasha and Naomi, man. Ronda Rousey versus Raquel lasted a couple of seconds because then we had Natalya and Shayna Baszler get involved, which of course turned it into a tag match. And you know what? It accomplished something. Ronda Rousey actually got a pop when she tagged in the match, which I think is one of the first times, so well done WWE. But then we got the stare down between Shayna and Ronda. No physical contact. Natalya pulling Ronda Rousey out of the ring. And of course, Ronda and Raquel winning the match. But I hope this is a setup to do Ronda versus Shayna. I think they might have planted the seeds. See if there was a reaction, which there was. See if social media went abuzz, which they did. Hopefully, WWE see that. Hopefully, this was the seeds and we get the Ronda vs Shayna feud. Meanwhile, Shotzi was locked in the locker room, going back to a few weeks ago where she locked Aaliyah in. This time Aaliyah locked Shotzi in. But the difference is there's a cameraman in there with Shotzi too. Oh, that poor cameraman. There's no update. We have no idea if Shotzi and the cameraman have been allowed out yet. Shotzi may have had to eat the cameraman. We don't know. We'll hopefully get an update soon. WWE again showing us that heinous assault by Baron Corbin to Madcap Moss, dropping that trophy on his neck. And of course we found out that Madcap Moss will be returning to SmackDown next week. Are we going to get a Hell in a Cell match between Happy Corbin and Madcap Moss? Maybe not in the cell, but a Hell in a Cell pay-per-view match. You know what I mean. It gets confusing. WWE Shop have the limited edition collector's lunchbox Mankind Funko Pop set. I love that. And of course the new Macho King exclusive. This is a must buy. Honestly, I've just rearranged my pops. I love WWE pops. Now, Jeff Jarrett is officially back in WWE. The legendary Jeff Jarrett will be working as an executive producer very high up for the live event scheduling. I'm assuming he'll do some work for Raws and SmackDowns too in that sort of frame, but really cool to see Jeff Jarrett come back behind the scenes at WWE. And they mentioned it on SmackDown, the MGM Grand, the new home for Money in the Bank 2022. Of course, it has to be moved to a smaller venue. Ticket sales weren't that good, but seeing Pat McAfee still get hyped, it's still in Vegas, it's still on the same night. Tickets go on sale July 2nd. But I want to know your thoughts about Money in the Bank moving to a different venue in the comment section down below. Max Dupree is officially part of the SmackDown roster as Adam Pearce confirmed the contract, which they spoke about last week, was officially binding. Therefore, the male modeling agency that Max Dupree is going to be doing can now officially start recruiting. Definitely expect Mace and Mansoor to be a part of that. They have been on the live scene, so we'll see. Jinder Mahal found Shanky dancing. Yep, more dancing, baby. And of course, he danced all the way down to the ring. He danced behind a dancing Angel Garza. And then he danced to the ring announcer. Honestly, there's a lot of dancing on Friday nights now. What is this? I think the partnership between Shanky and Jinder is coming to an end slowly. That's obvious to the naked eye. But nonetheless, I hope this is a good gimmick for Shanky. I'm assuming they're going to do something Bollywood because obviously they're trying to appeal to that Indian market. So I'm assuming that's the way they're going to go with this. We'll see. The best part of SmackDown was the KO show with Sami Zayn. I loved this. And of course, when Sami Zayn acknowledged Ezekiel and Elias to be the same person, there was emotions running wild in that ring. Kevin Owens, it was like relief. I love these two. We need more Owens and Zayn segments. But of course, Kevin Owens was there trying to recruit Sami Zayn to join him on Monday Night Raw. Of course, Sami Zayn said no, he's a locker room leader, he's part of the bloodline, they rely on him. Kevin Owens tried to make it clear to Sami the bloodline don't care. And we did get a little bit physical altercation between the two. Do you think this is going to be a feud? Do you think after Ezekiel and that we might get Sami versus Kevin? Please, WWE, I need that. That would be so freaking cool. But now I got a question for you. What was it that made Kevin Owens laugh on Friday night? It wasn't dancing, I promise you. So we had two people taking down the signs, both got stunned, and the sign fell on a guy. And Kevin Owens just laughed. That's why we love you, KO. We also got a segment with Sami and the Bloodline, or the Usos from the Bloodline. And he was basically begging to be part of the Bloodline. They actually said you can be an honourable Us. So, looks like Sami's in. We also had Ludwig Kaiser this week actually make his in-ring debut in a tag match against Drulak and Ricochet. Of course, he teamed with Gunther, and it was dominant. I love this presentation of this duo. I love the fact that Ludwig doesn't compete every week. Please let that continue to be a thing. I want Gunther to be the front and centre of this. But they presented Ludwig just as good, so that's always brilliant. Honestly, I'm not a fan of the dancing, but still, SmackDown, 8 out of 10. Very solid show. Very fun to sit and watch. If you are new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. Turn on those notifications. You'll never miss another upload. Like the video. Share the video. And I'll see you as always next time.